Steel Cage Weapons match for the AWS Women's Championship. Your referee inside the ring, Justin Borden. Your referee at the door, Ryan Redding. The ways to achieve victory in this match are pinfall, submission, or by escaping the cage either through the door or over the top and having both feet touch the floor. Introducing first the challenger. She is the former AWS Women's Champion from Anaheim, California, Candice LeRae. And her opponent, she's accompanied to the ring by Diablo and Buggy from Spook City, USA. She is the current and defending AWS Women's Champion, Christina Von Eerie.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is the matchup that has signified the AWS Halloween Slaughterhouse events. It started with the first ever War Game Steel Cage match at the first ever AWS Slaughterhouse event, featuring the team of Chaos, Mongol, and Supreme going up against the team of Adam Flash, the Messiah, and the Wife Beater. And then it went on to a steel cage match for the AWS Heavyweight Championship. The following year, Scrap Iron Adam Pierce challenged the Human Tornado for the Heavyweight Championship. And the following year, it was Little Cholo who challenged Lionheart for a shot at the Light Heavyweight Championship inside of that steel cage. And here tonight, for the return of Slaughterhouse, we have Candice LeRae in the role of the challenger, going up against Christina Von Eerie over the championship that she established here in AWS.
That's right, Candice LeRae, the first ever women's champion, forever etched in history, won that women's title tournament. Christina Von Eerie, of course, in that title tournament, Larry, never took her eyes off the prize and was able to capitalize and become the women's champion. And now, Larry, here we are, all the marbles in a steel cage, weapons in the cage. I didn't know there are men who would not take a challenge like this, Larry. These women, truly beautiful and brutal.
And they're probably not going to be beautiful at the end of this matchup. And this matchup is going to be brutal. That is for sure. I mean, we already see a chair up right there being used, but Candice LeRae managing to block the chair attempt. Oh, wait a minute, Candice coming off the ropes now. Christina Von Eerie wanting to use that chair. She may get her chance here with a sidewalk slam onto the chair.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, wait a second, it might just be over here. Oh, no, it's not. And if that is what's upcoming for us, Larry, this is going to be a brutal match on par with one of them with other matches that draw blood. I mean, these women not just going to sit by and say, oh, yeah, I'm just going to look good here. They're here to prove that they belong in the world of professional wrestling. I'm here talking about Candice LeRae, a pioneer in women's wrestling, not just wrestling women, but taking challengers like men on, Larry.
And then Christina Von Eerie, again, she's been making a name for herself here in the AWS, not being able to travel away that very much from her home of SPW up in Sacramento in Northern California. And here she is in the role of the champion, Christina Von Eerie, having Candice LeRae in the corner and is just punishing her in the corner.
Big knife-edge chops right across the chest of LeRae. And oh, look at Candice LeRae going right back to work on Christina Von Eerie. Now Candice LeRae, big Irish whip. No, reverse now by Christina Von Eerie, hard into the turnbuckle pad.
It's only a matter, you gotta believe it's only a matter of time before this matchup can get any more brutal. Because I mean, as we've said before, that this is a weapons steel cage matchup.
That is, I mean, it's brutal enough that they cage these women like animals. Excuse me, but now they add weapons to the mix. Not only was the cage a weapon, but blatant weapons. I mean, I saw a crutch in there. I see chairs in there.
And then you have to wonder just what they may be hiding on their ring attire as well. I mean, it doesn't look like they're hiding that much, but who knows? They could hide something. Candice LeRae wasn't hiding anything behind that drop kick with that chair right into the face of Christina Von Eerie.
Look at this. This might just give her the opportunity to climb the fence. But look at this now. You see Diablo. You see
Diablo and Buggy are out there trying to throw Candice LeRae out the cage.
I had a flashback to former matches in the cage, Larry. Brutal matches indeed. Yeah, I mean, not only do these scar the competitors, but they scar the people at ringside. The people aren't used to seeing human beings brutalize each other like this, Larry. But like I was saying, you have Diablo at ringside, you have Buggy, and you saw them shaking the cage, keeping Candice LeRae from trying to get out. I mean, that means her options are limited now. She can't climb out. They're probably going to block the door. She has to pin or submit Christina Von Eerie now, Larry.
And those are the only ways to win this matchup. To either have a pinfall or a submission in the center of the ring, or escape the cage by either going over the top or going through the door, and both feet have to land on the floor.
We saw Christina Von Eerie a minute ago rubbing the forearm against the forehead of Candice LeRae, along with that tape, just trying to scratch and tear at the flesh of her forehead. And wait a second now.
Oh, has her up on her shoulders right now. Could we see a running? Oh, no, wait a minute. She was going to try to send Candice LeRae into the cage, but Candice gets out of the grips and the clutches of Christina Von Eerie. Now has her down for a cover. And gets a 2 count off the schoolgirl. And you're right, Lalo. This is probably the only way she can get the win, is to either pin her or make her give up inside the cage. Because of Diablo and Buggy out there at ringside doing everything that they can to distract her and prevent her from escaping.
We saw that big boot right to the stomach, and Christina Von Eerie getting right back up. Oh!
Well, Candice LeRae is not going to get right back up after that jawbreaker from Christina Von Eerie.
You see Buggy trying to will her friend, hatred, Christina Von Eerie, back up. Christina Von Eerie now back up to her feet. Wait a second. I think she's going for that easy way out, going for the door. This match might just be over, Larry. We might see a retaining of that women's championship.
Well, if Ryan Redding can get the door open, he's trying to undo the lock on the cage. It's taking an awful long time to get it. Well, there it is. It's finally off. Oh, wait a minute. She's not escaping the cage. She's got a jacker, a pumpkin. And I think there was something in the pumpkin. Buggy gave her a pumpkin. One of those trick-or-treat pumpkins. I mean, oh, wait a minute. There were thumbtacks in that bag. There were thumbtacks in there. And she just went. She just planted herself out of those thumbtacks. Christina Von Eerie now just got caught in the raccoon neck breaker on the thumbtacks.
Well, that move was to devastate Candice LeRae, but instead, her own poison came back to bite her, Larry. Candice LeRae delivering that raccoon neck breaker on those thumbtacks, and you could see them, Larry. You could see them dug into her flesh.
Candice now trying to go for the door. She can escape through the door. Ryan Redding now trying to go back up. Our official by the door, trying to open the cage.
Candice LeRae crawling over towards that door.
And she can get out. Oh, but look at this. Diablo right there to stop Ryan Redding. And Buggy.
Oh, come on.
Slamming the door face first into Candice LeRae. And this is legal because there are no rules in the steel cage matchup other than how to win the matchup. There's no disqualifications. Wait a minute, Justin.
Is he locking the cage?
Well, Ryan Redding is locking the cage door. There's no attempt to get out of the cage now, so they have to lock the door.
But wait a second, I think he's telling the referee on the outside to get rid of Buggy and Diablo.
Justin Borden, the official inside the ring, is trying to enforce Buggy and Diablo to leave ringside.
He is. It's gonna be just these women locked in this cage. Well, you see Buggy and Diablo now, and they are angry.
Well, I think this may have happened a little too late because of Buggy and Diablo's interference. Candice LeRae would have already won the match. And now Candice LeRae fighting it out with Christina Von Eerie. A few forearm shots in the ring in the center. Wait a minute, what?
Does she have a staple gun?
She has a staple gun, and she's trying to staple the bag of thumbtacks, so the bag of thumbtacks came into Christina Von Eerie's head.
She has, Larry.
Christina Von Eerie wearing that bag as a mask, forcefully.
Oh, God.
The vision of Christina Von Eerie is impaired here because of the bag. And now Candice LeRae is climbing the cage.
Well, Christina Von Eerie was able to knock it off of her face, but she had to tear the staples out, Larry, at the same time. And now both these women fighting it out on the top rope.
On the top of that cage, not the best of positions to be in.
Oh, look at that. Candice LeRae setting her face first into the... Setting her face first. No, wait a second! Candice LeRae just hit that raccoon neckbreaker off the top rope into thumbtacks, Larry.
This may be it.
And it is! New champion!
Candice LeRae has reclaimed the gold that she lost months ago to Christina Von Eerie.
Here's your winner, and the new AWS Women's Champion, Candice LeRae.
Well, Larry, these women have both sacrificed their bodies and have spilt blood over that AWS Women's Championship, still in its infancy here in the AWS, but you can see how much that title means. One of the true marks here in Southern California, if not all of professional wrestling, that you as a woman wrestler are the cream of the crop, Larry, and that is why they put so much on the line tonight.
Candice LeRae has become the first ever two-time AWS Women's Champion. And what could this lead? This was just an example. This is a taste of what we're going to see in our next cage match.